The Patriots just cut Stefon Diggs, the same guy who caught 1,013 yards last year, the same guy who made Drake Maye look like an MVP candidate, the same guy who helped them reach the Super Bowl. This isn't about football. This is about something way darker. And what they're doing right now will shock you. Rewind to March 2025. The Patriots were rebuilding. Nobody thought they'd compete. Then they signed Stefon Diggs to a 3-year deal worth $63.5 million. It looked like a smart move at the time. Diggs was coming back from a torn ACL he suffered with the Houston Texans in 2024. People questioned if he'd ever be the same player. He was better than ever. Diggs played all 17 regular season games. He finished with 85 catches for 1,013 yards and 4 touchdowns. Think about that number, 1,013 yards. He became the first Patriots receiver to hit 1,000 yards since Julian Edelman in 2019. That's 6 years of nothing. Then Diggs shows up and solves it in one season. Quarterback Drake Maye had his best friend. The offense had its leader. And suddenly, the Patriots weren't a rebuild story anymore. They made the Super Bowl. Everyone was talking about the comeback. Mike Vrabel, the new head coach, looked like a genius. Diggs looked like the perfect missing piece, then came Super Bowl 60. Here's where the story gets complicated. In the Super Bowl against Seattle, Diggs had 3 catches for 37 yards. 3. In the most important game of the year, he was invisible. Looking back at the whole playoff run, he averaged just 27.5 receiving yards per game. That's not a star number. That's a guy struggling when it matters most. The Patriots lost that game. They left the Super Bowl empty-handed, and suddenly, management had to ask themselves a serious question. Is Diggs still worth the money we're about to pay him? Here's what nobody talks about when they say the Patriots cut Diggs. It wasn't about football, it was about dollars. Last year, Diggs cost the team $10.5 million against the salary cap. This year, that number was about to jump to $26.5 million. That's a massive jump. Almost double. And it gets worse. On March 13th, $6 more million of his contract was going to become guaranteed. That means the Patriots would owe him the money, no matter what happened. The team faced a choice. Let it happen and be locked in, or act before the deadline. Before the cut, the Patriots tried to play ball. They asked Diggs to restructure his contract to lower that $26.5 million cap hit, but Diggs said no. He refused to take a pay cut or push the money back. That refusal is what ultimately forced New England to pull the trigger. They acted. By cutting Diggs now, before that March 13th date, the Patriots saved $16.8 million. That's real money. That's money they can use to rebuild other parts of the team. That's money they need because they have holes everywhere. New quarterback Drake Maye needs weapons around him. The defense needs help. The offensive line needs upgrades. One 32-year-old receiver wasn't worth betting the whole future on. But wait, there's more to the story. Because money wasn't the only reason. In December, Diggs was arrested. He was accused of assaulting his personal chef. The charges were serious: felony strangulation, assault, and battery. Diggs pleaded not guilty in February. He has a pre-trial hearing scheduled for April 1st. The Patriots stuck with him through the season. He kept playing. The team supported him publicly. But behind closed doors, you have to think about what this means for the organization. Legal trouble creates uncertainty. It creates distraction. It creates questions about a player's mental state and judgment. The Patriots had to wonder, is this worth it? Add up the money problem plus the legal problem plus the playoff disappointment, and suddenly cutting Diggs doesn't seem crazy. It seems smart. When the news broke on March 4th, Diggs posted on Instagram. He didn't go off. He didn't complain. He said, "Thank you for a hell of a year. Until we meet again." That's grace. That's a professional handling a tough situation with dignity. And honestly, it makes you respect the guy even more. He came in, played his heart out, and when it was over, he said thanks. But here's the thing. He's only 32 years old. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. He's a 2-time All-Pro. He has 7 seasons with over 1,000 receiving yards. This guy is not washed up. He's not done. And now he's hitting free agency early, which means he can pick his next team. This is where it gets interesting. Denver Broncos are the top choice, and here's why. Diggs almost signed there last year. He said he was close. He has a connection to the new offensive coordinator, Davis Webb, who coached him in Buffalo. Webb knows how to use Diggs. Sean Payton runs an offense built for experienced receivers. Bo Nix, the young quarterback, needs weapons. It makes perfect sense. The New York Giants need receiver help. Daniel Jones is entering a make-or-break year. They need proven veterans around him. The Kansas City Chiefs are desperate. Patrick Mahomes has one of the worst supporting casts of his career. Adding Diggs would be a huge upgrade. Washington Commanders are losing receivers to free agency. They have Jaden Daniels at quarterback. They have Terry McLaurin. Adding another weapon would be scary for the rest of the league. Tennessee Titans have $103 million in cap space. That's the most in the NFL. They could afford Diggs easily. Plus, their offensive coordinator is Brian Daboll, who Diggs played for in Buffalo. That's familiar. Any of these teams would take Diggs in a heartbeat. Because despite everything, he's still a productive player. He's still experienced. He's still capable of 1,000-yard seasons. Here's the part that's brutal for New England. They have to replace Diggs somehow. And they just cut their best receiver. Drake Maye needs weapons. That's non-negotiable. You can't develop a young quarterback without targets. The Patriots will have to spend money in free agency or spend a draft pick. Either way, it's going to cost them. They're betting that they can find someone cheaper and younger. Someone who doesn't have contract issues. Someone who fits their long-term plan better than a 32-year-old on the wrong side of a big cap hit. It's a gamble. So here's your answer. Straight up, money and uncertainty. The Patriots were paying too much for a guy who didn't show up in the playoffs. His contract was about to explode. His legal situation created questions. His age meant they were paying for the past, not the future. The math said, cut him now, save $15 million, rebuild with that money, and find younger weapons for Drake Maye. That's the business side of football. It's not emotional. It's not about what Diggs did in the regular season. It's about cap space, long-term planning, and making tough calls. Diggs will land somewhere. He'll probably have a great 2026 season. And maybe, just maybe, the Patriots will regret this decision. But right now, they're choosing their future over loyalty to one guy. That's the NFL in 2026.